If you're a football fan and you were planning to go to the US for the World Cup, but you're disgusted with the killing of Renee Good and Keith Powers, and you're disturbed by the kidnapping and brutality of ICE towards people of color and suspects of illegal immigration, or you're disturbed by Trump's kidnapping of the Venezuelan president and his threats towards Greenland. Today is your last day to cancel your World Cup tickets, the 13th, today.
There are reports coming out right now that nearly 25,000 fans have canceled their 2026 World Cup tickets for matches in the United States. And before anybody jumps in, yeah, the numbers are not completely confirmed by FIFA, but the reason people are canceling en masse matters. And I'm sure these numbers will continue to grow.
Over 16,800 people canceled their FIFA World Cup tickets over the last 48 hours. This surge in cancellation of tickets is fueling a call for a boycott of the World Cup in general in America, citing that America is not safe for not only the fans, but especially the athletes that are coming from nations that our current government deems shitholes.
Hello, good people. Welcome to African Commentary. I hope you're all doing fine and amazing from wherever you're watching me from. So here we learn and grow every day. And so in today's video, I want us to talk about fans canceling their FIFA World Cup tickets due to the and safety concerns about America. People are so scared, like they don't know what's going to happen to them. Like right now, America is so unsafe, and this is making many fans to cancel their tickets. They're not going to attend the famous FIFA World Cup if America is the host. So without saying much, let's watch some videos and then I'm going to give my 2 cents at the end.
Over 16,800 people canceled their FIFA World Cup tickets over the last 48 hours. This surge in cancellation of tickets is fueling a call for a boycott of the World Cup in general in America, citing that America is not safe for not only the fans, but especially the athletes that are coming from nations that our current government deems shitholes. 4 years ago, the World Cup was held in Qatar. When that announcement was made, there were a bunch of human rights organizations and watch groups who had their ears turned up to say, how could you possibly do a World Cup in the Arab world that's not in line with democracy, freedom, and human rights? And now we have people from the Arab world canceling their tickets in the modern free Western world due to human rights concerns and violence that's being done against people of a specific race, religion, and phenotype. Fans are citing safety fears, political protests, and a growing human rights concern about the way that humans are being treated in America. In response to the growing backlash, FIFA has announced that they're going to set an emergency meeting this week to discuss the ongoing concerns and how to mitigate tens of thousands, if not 100,000 people canceling their tickets. The games are set to start from June 11th, and they're taking place in Canada, America, and Mexico, but the bulk of the games are being done in America, where we currently have ICE and police attacking American citizens. Like, I knew that this would be a concern, especially with when you look at the countries that are football, soccer fans. It's all the people that this current administration hates. It's not majority white people. Yeah, a lot of Europeans love soccer, but a lot of the countries are coming from Black, brown, Muslim, Arab, Asian, Latino people. The people that by said racial profiling would get picked up by ICE. ICE, who is killing American citizens and rounding up kids, underage kids. ICE even rounded up a priest, and they had a priest at gunpoint. And then they put the priest in the car, detained him, and they kept trying to intimidate the priest. And he was like, I'm not scared of you. And then they said to him, well, you're white. You're not fun anyway.
An ICE agent literally came over to me and said, what did you say? I said, I am not afraid. And they pointed a gun in my face. ICE put handcuffs on my hands and put me in a black SUV. And then a few moments later, they came back and they said, are you afraid yet? And I said, no. And then they said it. Well, you're white. You wouldn't be fun anyway. It was then that I knew that this staging, that these ICE raids are really about fear and intimidation.
Just proving the point that all of the racial tensions in this country are at the behest of the current administration, but that ICE is racially profiling people and white people should have been safe, but they just killed a white woman. I say all that to say there is growing concern for human rights issues and safety in this country. And how long does America get to act like they're still the beacon of the world, the beacon of freedom, and the beacon of democracy? Because in fact, we're definitely not.
Over the last 24 hours, more than 25,000 ticket cancellations or trip cancellations for the FIFA World Cup have occurred. This has created panic in the FIFA World Cup organization, and they have called an emergency meeting to discuss why this is happening. And it's very clear. They state it right here. They're not coming because they don't trust this government. They're watching ICE tactics play out in real time thanks to you content creators, because mainstream media won't cover it. So to the international community, thank you. What you're going to see next is a concerted effort by the FIFA World Cup people to tell you, we're safe, nothing's going to happen, we're fine. You might even see Donald Trump pull back on ICE tactics until the World Cup is over, and then forcefully put the agents back on the street in a more aggressive manner, because he wants you to come spend your money here. I need you to stay strong, stand firm, cancel those trips. Even if you have just a trip canceled to the United States, please do not give your money to this country. This man is tearing this nation apart. He's stepping all over in fact, he's wiping his ass with the Constitution. Our rights are being violated. The rights of immigrants are being violated. They're being left in shitty, inhumane conditions. They're not deporting them when they should. If they even sign off and say, fine, deport me, I can't live in these circumstances or these conditions, they're not even deporting them. They're leaving them in these fucking prisons to work for these for-profit prisons. It's insane what's happening in this country. Nobody's doing anything, and the more you guys keep your money in your pocket, the more they have to listen. Please boycott the United States. Boycott the World Cup and any other major operation or event that this country tries to hold. Keep your money until this administration falls back in line.
Please do not come to the United States. We are not the same country we were 4 months ago. It is not safe here anymore. They can pull you off the street. They can detain you. They'll do God knows what to you. They're doing it to our own citizens. They will do it to you. Please do not support American products. Don't buy American. Don't vacation here. I'm very sorry to say this, and I want to apologize on behalf of all rational Americans in this country who are fighting Trump tooth and nail with everything we have. We're sorry. We're doing the best we can to get rid of this guy. And all his crooked cronies, but we're having a very difficult time doing it. We handed him the keys. An ignorant populace handed him the keys to this kingdom, and we're finding it very difficult to even slow him down, frankly. I think America's done. I hate to say that, but I don't know how much we can do, what we can do to slow this guy down. We're trying very hard. Please don't support us anymore. And to my government, my friends in government all over the world who we dealt with in business and for so many years, you guys were so good to us all over the place. You know, France, Australia, the United Kingdom, of course, Canada, of course, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, all over Asia. You guys have been wonderful partners to us for years. I'm so sorry Trump is treating you like dirt. Don't expect anything better from him in the future. He's a tyrant. He wants to be a dictator, and frankly, he's turning into one very quickly. Again, we're having a hard time slowing him down. I'm sorry to say that. Please don't trust this guy. If you're working in government, he makes you a promise. His promise is worth nothing. I've known this guy for 30 years. His word is worthless. And that goes for all of his crooked cronies in our GOP that are supporting him. Do not trust this guy. Do not trust. The reason I'm telling you this right now, if you're wondering, is because I'm getting out to a couple million people on social media a week now. And he's going to shut me down. He's shutting friends of mine down. He's threatening my friends that have millions and millions of viewers on social media, that are rational thinking people. He's threatening them within an inch of their life. He's going after them for taxes. He's going after them for any way he can. And I'm afraid it's going to continue, and I won't be able to say this, so I'm saying it now. Do not trust anything American at this point. We are not the same country. I don't know that we ever will be. Again, apologies from America. You guys have been so great to us, and we're so sorry.
So overnight, 17,000 more tickets were canceled for the World Cup here in America. Now, if you are living outside of America and you're still planning to come here in June to attend the World Cup, just do research, especially if you're from a country in South America, Central America, Africa, even places like Portugal, Spain. Just do your research. Now, if you are in like England or Australia, you are probably safe, but those other countries, definitely do research before getting on a plane. Because right now, in America, ICE agents are going up to anyone that is black or brown, questioning them. And all of these people are US citizens, right? And they're asking for identifications, harassing them, and in some cases, arresting them for no reason. So I just want you guys to do research before you plan on attending the World Cup. And we're also getting information that a lot of people, a lot of US citizens, their passports are all wonky, meaning they are flying out of the United States, getting to their destination in another country, and their passport is being reported as lost or stolen, so they can't get into that country and they have to fly back to America. So I don't want that to happen to y'all. Just I'm not going to tell you to come or not to come. Do your own research, make your own decision, but it's not safe here.
Hands down, the dumbest thing that FIFA could do right now is to continue go ahead with plans to host the World Cup in the US in 2026. Because what the actual fuck is going on? First of all, the fact that it is damn near impossible for 43 countries to even gain entry into America right now, knowing that several of those countries have already qualified for the World Cup, is fucking crazy. We're not even talking about the journalists, the players, the people who work for other countries' teams who would not be able to come because of the passports that they hold, let alone any of the fucking spectators who'd be coming to support their nations, right? Now you're saying, now the US have decided that they want to add a $250 fee for any temporary visa holder. Tourist, businessmen, work visas, student visas. On top of the fees you're already paying to gain entry to America, you now have to pay a $250 fine. This starts at the very end of September and it's gone along in this budget bill that they're doing. But it's just plain xenophobia. It's like you only want Americans in the stands of the World Cup, knowing that the World Cup football is one of the most internationally renowned sports in the world, one of the most watched tournaments in the bloody world. And you're just saying that bare countries can't come anymore. And then even the people who are attending, let that be players, let that be support staff for the players within the nation's teams, whether that be journalists, whether that be spectators, people in attendance are also fearing for their lives of deportation or being held in camps or being taken to bloody Ecuador because of these insane ICE raids that are constantly happening. And it's not even just ICE anymore. The ICE have hired bounty hunters to collect people just because they can. How scary is it to think that they are hosting an international tournament in a country where it is a crime to not be from that country? Like, it makes no sense. They will go against so many of FIFA's own core values about being non-discriminatory, about being open for everyone, because that is what football is. That's why football is such a loved sport. It is for everyone. It's for the people, by the people. You can play football for free. You can watch football for free. It's such a community-based sport, and hosting it in a country that is so anti-community and is so anti-people, specifically people of colour, specifically non-American people of colour, it would just be stupid on behalf of FIFA to continue to host it there. The same with the Olympics, because whatever's happening now in 2025 and will continue to happen in 2026 will be there in 2028 when the Olympics go. So the same thing applies. Why are we choosing to host international tournaments that are meant to be international with all the countries from the world who qualify, and yet they're going to be denied entry at the border or denied their visas because of the country that they hold a citizenship in? It's so bizarre.
Did you see that the Lebanese diplomat who amplified the Boycott FIFA 2026 movement after Rene Good's murder says that his visa is being threatened because of his comments? This is the original tweet from Mohammed Safa saying, "I canceled my World Cup tickets. ICE may decide that I am a gang member and I'll be locked in prison for a year with no charges, no hearing, no trial, no right to consult a lawyer, and no phone call." Saying what we have all seen, the US is not safe to visit. Reports are referencing that tweet as the reason why so many people from around the world canceled their FIFA 2026 tickets in such a short amount of time. With reports saying that almost 20,000 people canceled their tickets in protest of what's happening in the US with ICE and what happened to Rene Good. And reports are saying that the sudden wave of cancellations has sent FIFA into emergency talks. They're probably trying to figure out if they should give Trump another peace prize. Maybe that'll do it this time. Mohammed Safa did so much with just one tweet, which is probably why this morning he tweeted that his US visa is being threatened, saying, threatening to revoke my US visa in response to the World Cup boycott campaign in protest against ICE will change nothing. The campaign has already begun and fans are canceling from all over the world, reiterating the US is not safe to visit. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This tweet right here should tell you why we should all be speaking up. He didn't know that this one tweet or this one action of canceling his tickets was going to start such a movement. But he spoke his mind and stood by his morals. Share this so people can see how we can all be brave even in the smallest of ways in this moment. And also share this so people know that it is not safe to visit the United States right now, so don't do it.
There are reports coming out right now that nearly 25,000 fans have canceled their 2026 World Cup tickets for matches in the United States. And before anybody jumps in, yeah, the numbers are not completely confirmed by FIFA, but the reason people are canceling en masse matters. And I'm sure these numbers will continue to grow. Fans are saying the same thing over and over, that the US feels unsafe, obviously, because of the political climate, because of immigration enforcement, because we're living in what is giving totalitarian regime, because people are watching videos of ICE grabbing folks off the streets, of families disappearing into detention, of travelers being terrified they won't even make it out of the airport, of people being literally unalived by the Cheeto Puffs Gestapo. And people are asking a very reasonable question. Why would I spend thousands of dollars to visit the US that's openly treating immigrants like this? Why would I be supporting a fascist country? FIFA wants to pretend that it's politically neutral, but that argument collapses when their president is handing Donald Trump a made-up FIFA Peace Prize, praising him publicly and cozying up to this administration that's actively creating fear and harm. That is not neutrality. That is alignment. That is capitulation. That is bending the knee. And look, demand for the World Cup, let's not pretend it's not massive. Let's not pretend tickets aren't selling. This isn't about empty seats. This is about who feels safe enough to sit in them. Frankly, the US should not be hosting the World Cup or the Olympics. We got no business doing any of this. And I'm saying this as someone who's a huge sports fan. I love the Olympics. I love the World Cup. But what are we doing? If international fans, players, and workers are scared to come here, that's clearly a sign of human rights issues. But you're really not paying attention if you needed this to be your sign. Sports do not exist in a vacuum, and although things are very much giving totalitarian regime right now, I'm glad people are boycotting with their wallets. We may potentially see a pulling back in response to this, but to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen from this administration. We all know that a big goal is to avoid the midterms at this point. So the president of FIFA is going to see in real time that bending the knee and being so spineless and quite frankly so bitch-made was extremely fruitless. Until next time, y'all.
If you're a football fan and you were planning to go to the US for the World Cup, but you're disgusted with the killing of Renee Good and Keith Powers, and you're disturbed by the kidnapping and brutality of ICE towards people of color and suspects of illegal immigration, or you're disturbed by Trump's kidnapping of the Venezuelan president and his threats towards Greenland, today is your last day to cancel your World Cup tickets. The 13th, today, the 13th is the last day you can cancel. So if you want to boycott the US and make a stand, again, today is the last day you can cancel your World Cup tickets. I personally was never going to go to the US to watch the World Cup, but some of you might have, and this would be a great way to boycott. And this is a reminder for all of you in the UK, America doesn't like you. I've seen a lot of videos about this, but I just want to reiterate that Americans don't respect the British. They don't respect other European countries. So don't think that just because you're white, you're going to be protected going to the US. Just because you're white, ICE isn't going to come after you. And just because you're British or European, America might not commit a war crime against you or your country.
I'm hearing that the FIFA organization had to call in an emergency meeting because more than 16,000 fans have canceled their tickets. They're scuffling to try to sell tickets now. Baby, to those more than 16,000 fans, baby, y'all made the right decision. It is not worth coming to a country where you don't know if you're safe. You don't know if you're going to be on vacation and you end up getting round up by some ICE thugs because they are racist towards your skin color. So yeah, they made the right decision. Baby, I would cancel too. I'm from here and don't want to be here, let alone encouraging someone that is not from here to come here. Yeah, y'all made the right decision, and good luck, FIFA, because baby, yeah, you get it.
Why would anyone travel to the United States for the FIFA World Cup? I'm seriously asking that question. Why would any international person travel right now to the United States for the FIFA World Cup when you are watching people getting detained and shot in the face for no reason? If you were a person of any color other than pure baby powder white, you are absolutely not safe. And we've even seen if you are baby powder white, you are still not safe. Why would you take a chance coming to a country where you could be detained, locked in prison, deported to God knows where because you came to watch a soccer game? Football, sorry. Because you came to watch a football game. Why would you come to the United States to do that? I really don't understand why. The made-up FIFA World Peace Prize that Donald Trump gave, and he immediately bombed another country and stole their leader. Like, this is not a safe place. The citizens of the United States don't want to be here. Please do not come to the United States of America for the FIFA World Cup if you are not from this country. Anyone who does not have to be here should not be here. Trust me.
Well, the World Cup is in trouble. Nobody wants to come here. Ticket sales are down. They've actually had to lower the price of the tickets because they can't give them away at this point. They thought they were going to get thousands and thousands of dollars for tickets, and they may not even be able to get $100. We personally, my family, we have heard from our friends that are either in Europe or the UK, and there's no way that they would come to the United States right now. They can see just how dangerous it is, and they're not willing to bring their children to this country. And I don't blame them. They can see for themselves what's going on. They've actually watched the videos. They can see the protests. They can see what ICE agents are doing to people. And they're not in the cult. So they don't believe this spin that comes out of the White House and Kristi Noem. I mean, it's very clear to them that they are blatantly lying about what's in these videos and what ICE is actually doing, and that they are just grabbing people off the street and asking questions later. So I knew the World Cup wasn't going to be a good idea to have in the United States, and there you have it.
Hello and good morning. In today's episode of As the White Hood Turns, let's talk about FIFA. You know what I'm talking about, the World Cup, right? Okay, so we remember just a few short months ago when Infantino gave Sid that Peace Prize, you know, the made up one, right? That one. So, it has now come to light that people all over the world are boycotting FIFA and are canceling their travel and their tickets to come to the U.S. for the World Cup. What? They said, nah, we ain't coming. Y'all crazy. Y'all just be out here willy and nilly, shooting people, grabbing people off the street and everything. So no, we ain't coming. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it because we ain't coming. And I love this. I love this because this just goes back to pretty much everything that Sid touches. Right? You can fill in the blank. I love this. I love it. Honorable mention, however, goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, they are now out of the playoffs. We're going to blame Saquon. He went over there. He went over to the White Hood. And George Kittle, big honking Sid supporter, plays for the 49ers. He tore his Achilles yesterday. So even as the Niners advance, he won't be playing. I'm not saying that it's Sid's fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that when you align yourself with Sid, things don't always go your way, right? Because they never go his way. Not really. Okay. I'm going to go drink some coffee. Y'all have a good day. Okay.
Reason as to why many fans are canceling their tickets, it's because of the rise of unsafetyness in America, or let me say safety concerns in the US linked to crime, gun violence. You see, ICE agents have been lately, they have been killing a lot of people, and this is sending fear across the world. Like, people are so scared to go to America, and so America as the host for FIFA World Cup, this has sent so many reactions from people, from fans, because many people would love to attend the event, but they're so scared of their lives. Like, you never know what will happen. You might just be shot by an ICE agent. Maybe they think you are a criminal or a deportee. You see, like, things are just happening, and this is sending a very bad image of the US to the world. I hope that Trump, wherever he is right now, he's thinking of what to do to reclaim, like, to rebuild the America that was known before, you see, because this is sending a very bad image. FIFA World Cup fans are from all around the world internationally. So imagine these people having this fear of going to watch their favorite event just because of a country that is hosting the event. So I hope that Trump is going to do something about this. This is not good to himself as the president, and also to America as the nation. Americans themselves are the ones boycotting the event, and they're asking fans internationally to stop wasting their time, stop wasting their efforts, stop wasting their money to come to such a country like America, because America is not a safe place anymore. It is a place whereby Americans are just trying to survive. And also, this is a chance for them to raise their concerns of Trump's administration. They are tired, they're really tired, and they're not heard. So they're taking this as a chance to send a message to people, to send a message to the US government that something is not right. The biggest impact of this cancellation is the reputation and global image of the US. This is the biggest, as I've told you guys. It reinforces perception that the US is unsafe because of crime, fears, and gun violence every day. You never know when it's your time. It raises anxiety among international travelers, especially fans from Africa, Latin America, the Middle East, and parts of Europe. It makes America look politically unstable or unwelcoming, particularly to immigrants and non-Western visitors. This is going to damage the reputation of America. You see, people have placed America up there. Lately, history is changing. Like, what we knew as America is not that anymore. It is declining. It seems like the final days have come, the judgment days have come for America, and things need to change, especially with the leaders. The leaders are the ones making America facing its own downfall. Another impact is economic impact, because World Cup is expected to bring billions of dollars into the US cities. But if these cancellations increase, it means that it is going to suffer economically. It's going to lose that cash that would have helped somewhere. Hotels, Airbnb hosts, restaurants, taxis, and street vendors in host cities will lose revenue. If these cancellations increase, it is going to affect America in a big way. Economically, it's not gonna be easy, because right now they're really expecting a lot of cash, a lot of dollars, a lot of billions of dollars if this World Cup really happens. But what if the cancellation increase? That means that there will be low population, and that means that low amount of money will be found, or they will receive. Yeah, so Trump needs to do something about this. instead of losing all this money that would help his citizens, that would help his country. Another impact of this mass cancellation is that many organizations, many events are going to lose trust in America as the host for events, for things in the coming future. Because even right now, I think FIFA is, maybe they're not even sure of the event happening in America, because with the mass cancellation of the tickets, that shows that to them it's a loss, because they're not going to gain back what they have spent into the event. You know, right now FIFA is concerned about full stadiums, smooth logistics, but if this does not happen, that means that in the future it will be so hard for events to be carried out in America, or America being the host to many events. It weakens the trust that these people had with America or on America. Like, it's gonna be worse for America. So I just hope that Trump is really working on something. He has seen this and he's going to work out a way to assure fans that things are going to be okay, that things are going to be all right, and for ICE agents to be warned also, because for them, they might say that they are just doing their work. Killing people every day is not their work. They need to improve on their side. They need to have humanity. They need to realize that they are also human beings, and at some point they will face judgment. So guys, let me know your thoughts about this whole situation. What do you think about this cancellation of FIFA World Cup tickets and also Americans boycotting the event? What do you think about the whole thing? And with that said, let me leave it at here. Let's meet in the next video. Don't forget subscribe, like and share, and I really appreciate. Bye.